The Rod Farva's got a debate topic for us here. Tommy Frazier, Eddie George, 1995 Heisman. So did Frazier finish second? I know, obviously, Eddie George won the Heisman.
Yep. No, that's been a bugaboo of mine for. You know what? I know both of them. I've met both of them. So hey, quiet. I mean, you know, I worked in Nashville for 10 years, and Eddie George would come by our office quite often. And I even told that to him.
Did you one time? Did you?
I did.
How did that conversation go?
He just laughed at me. Or whatever, Husker. And but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, Tommy Frazier was the talk of college football that year. I don't think anybody's seen some of that stuff that he's done or that he did that year. And I think it would have been different if they did the Heisman voting after the national championship
Oh,
game.
yeah.
That it's a landslide Tommy Frazier. So, yeah.
Sure. So folks out there, if
George was more national, you know, I think more well known nationally than Tommy Frazier would be. Just, I think, just because of the position. I don't know. Now I'm talking out of my.
Well, I'll say it this way that as everyone knows out there, the Heisman Trophy is awarded the first weekend after the conference championship game, so early December. Okay, so it's a regular season award. Back then, there was no conference championship game for either team. The Big 12 was one season away. I think that started in 1996. The Big 10 was years away from a championship game. So anyway, the season had concluded. Both teams were undefeated most of the season. Nebraska finished undefeated. Ohio State was 11-0, lost to Michigan. That I'm sure hurt Eddie George's number of votes, but he still won the Heisman Trophy. Numbers off the top of my head, he's around 1,900 yards. He didn't quite get to 2,000. I'm sure he scored like 25 touchdowns, something in that range. So I got Tommy Frazier's numbers pulled up here. And again, to Greg's point, if you extend it for the entire season, Eddie George went and played in a fairly meaningless Citrus Bowl. Even though Ohio State was 11-1, they finished ranked high because it knocked them out of the Rose Bowl and a national championship bid. They go to the Citrus Bowl. They lose another game to Tennessee that year. Eddie George ran for about 100 yards, but didn't have a particularly great game, but a decent game against Tennessee. Tommy Frazier went on, won a national championship in dominant style, was one of the main factors in that. Of course, the leader of the team had a great game, and so it would have been a landslide had the entire season been voted on. But Tommy Frazier accounted for 31 touchdowns, 17 throwing, 14 rushing, 4 interceptions, so took care of the football, certainly, and 600 yards rushing, and he threw for, oh my goodness, I lost track here. He threw for, he wasn't going to throw for a lot of yardage, only put it up 163 times at 56%, but 1,300 yards. So about 2,000 yards total offense, 31 touchdowns accounted for, only 4 picks for an undefeated national champion that won in just dominant fashion.
I think that, well, first off, those the throwing numbers, that's just trying to keep the defense honest there, Mark. No, but I think anybody that has seen highlights of Tommy Frazier, or when you think of one play, it's that touchdown against Florida that incredible. I don't know how many tackles that he broke, but he kept on going and going, and that radio call will always stick in my mind. Kent Pavelka was on the call on that on the Husker Radio Network, and he's like, "Holy cow, he's gonna go all the way! Touchdown, Tommy Frazier!" It's just, it brings goosebumps to you. So yeah, hands down, Tommy Frazier is my pick for that.